Several years ago, we made a documentary film called Dreams Spoken Here about children who are deaf learning to listen and speak. 5 years later, we followed up with some of the children who are now in mainstream classrooms.
I am Krista, and I am 10 years old, and I go to Brookside Elementary School. My favorite subjects are math and reading, and when I grow up, I want to be a teacher.
What Krista is not telling you is that she is deaf. She is deaf, and she can go to a mainstream school, just like any kid. Thanks to early intervention, new hearing technologies, and preschool oral deaf education,
All done.
children like Krista are part of a new generation of kids who are mainstreaming as early as kindergarten. For children who are deaf and for educators, it is a new world.
I'm Andre, and I'm 8 years old, and I go to this school called Kennedy Elementary. At school, my favorite subjects are math and art.
Andre entered a mainstream kindergarten after 3 years at an oral deaf preschool. His success is the result of a close collaboration between his parents, educators of the oral deaf, and his school district.
Are you ready for another day?
Yeah.
Andre is a perfect example of what a very successful transition model should take place for every student.
So how do you think Lewis is feeling? Andre, how do you think he's feeling?
Sad.
Why do you think he's feeling sad?
He couldn't make any sound.
He couldn't make any sounds?
We transitioned the whole family with the whole school, not only one student with one staff member at the school. Actually, the school administrators got involved, the coordinator of special services, the director of special services, the principal of the school, and the staff.
He would do anything to be first, even if...
We want to ensure that this child is not going to get lost in the cracks and is not going to be overwhelmed by the amounts of noise and the big number of people he's going to encounter on a daily basis.
She cackled.
It is amazing how well he has adjusted, how well he's liked by all his friends, and I just see him having a wonderful, successful future.
I'm Rachel. I'm 9 years old. I go to Candelaria Elementary School. I like to play soccer, be with my friends, and play the piano.
Rachel is profoundly deaf. She is part of this new generation of children who are surprising school districts with their abilities.
Soccer is my friend
Before Rachel came to the classroom, we met with the parent and with a team of specialists. The specialist in this school had pretty much decided before meeting her and knowing anything about her that these children needed to be in the school that has hearing impaired children.
Recommend.
But after the mother shared her experiences, we all decided that the best placement for her would be in her neighborhood school.
Listen to winter with winter ears, the rustling of oak leaves, a spring slowing ears.
I think times for deaf kids have changed between the technology and the early intervention programs. I don't think administrators are aware of the possibilities, and yes, their child might be labeled as profoundly deaf, but to take the time to get to know the child past the IEP, find out where they're at and what they need specific to that child, and to have a yes, we can do this attitude, and the children, I think, will always surprise people and amaze them, and the adaptations that they need are not nearly what someone might think in the beginning.
Krista, your word is chapter. The first chapter.
For years, people have heard, oh, a deaf child is coming, and their expectations are very, very low.
Chapter. C-H.
There's a sense of, well, we'll accommodate them, but they probably won't be able to reach the same reading levels or academic achievements as the other children in a class. When we say mainstreaming, we mean that the children are ready to access education along with their peers.
He doesn't have any change in his pocket, said Allison.
Okay. Anything we could change with our sentence?
Yeah.
What can we fix on number 2?
We need quotation marks.
When you use the word a deaf child, you think they probably don't function in class well, that you give them separate assignments, that you have to modify a lot of work for them. Maybe a lot of language therapy might be your impression, but with her, it's not the case. I mean, she's very, very mainstream.
It was awkward at first. We did not agree with our school district on what they were recommending, and we had to go through a long process of attempting to educate them on what we thought Krista needed. In the long run, it worked out great. She did very well. I think the school district is phenomenally surprised in how well she has done. It's been a long road, but the hardest part's behind us.
Yeah.
That we just feel like she's a normal kid. Are you a normal kid? Yeah.
5 years ago, Lila couldn't say a single word. Now she won't stop talking.
Hi, my name's Lila. I'm 6 years old. These are my friends. These are what I like to play. Madison, Lily, and Sophie.
Lila's school district funded her early education in a special oral deaf school.
A cup. Up, a cup.
What's he gonna do with that ladder?
But the investment has paid off. Lila is now in mainstream kindergarten.
Good luck on your speech today.
Lila's school district is continuing to play a critical role in her success by providing an FM system and twice-weekly visits from a mainstream support teacher.
My job really is to act as a liaison, as a support person for not only the children, but for the family, for the teacher, for the school. I target things that I notice that may need work following up. I work with Lila when school is over on things that either Mrs. Walsh has brought to my attention that she'd like some reinforcement on, or just things that I think Lila, that I see that I'd like to work with Lila on.
When were you born?
1996.
1996.
Hi. Are you happy to do?
This is Christopher. He is profoundly deaf and has cerebral palsy. His journey from silence to spoken language has taken 5 years of intensive oral deaf education.
Boats go in the water.
Today, he is going to a mainstream kindergarten.
And we've been very lucky to have public schools who have embraced the idea of a collaborative relationship with us. They know that our goal is to return children to their district and to return them with all the skills they need, but also with the support services that can often make the difference for a receiving school that may not have ever had an oral deaf child in their class.
Christopher.
These young children that are coming into regular education now are going to require far less support than children that school districts are used to. So their cost to the district is going to be reduced dramatically.
A roller coaster. Did you go?
That is very scary.
And if it was scary, you were very what?
I wasn't scared. It went so fast.
Children have a right to be educated in the least restrictive environment. And for students that have hearing impairments that are being transitioned back, we found it's very cost effective for us to work with an agency and to serve the student in his local home school with the supports that he needs. I think it's an exciting trend, and I think it's one that we as special educators have a responsibility to support.
Lila, when I first found out that she was deaf, I didn't think she'd be able to go to our neighborhood school. Now she is in a mainstream program, and I will say that my district supported me 100%. And we went through the whole oral program, and now she's here at Robinson, and they're still working with me. Her teacher said when she tests about halfway in the class, so I couldn't even begin to tell you how happy that makes me feel, that she's just right there.
School districts all over the country are helping oral deaf children succeed at school and in life. For more information on mainstreaming oral deaf children in your district, visit oraldeafed.org or agbell.org.